Can we find a way to get the varmint rifle for free early in Chapter 2 without having to visit the gunsmith? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Hey there, you got a moment?
Hey, we got a proposition for you. Here it is. Fork over what you got. Son of a bitch! Can't wait to take that gun off your dead body. Damn fool outfit. Come on, boy. Yep. Yeah. Yeah! There, boy. Slow up now. Easy.
Easy. Whoa. You're all right, boy. Easy. Settle down, boy.
Damn folk won't leave me.
Yep. Easy, easy. Giddy up. Hey, easy there, boy. There we go. Go easy, boy. Take it easy. Whoa, whoa. Easy, whoa. Yep. Good boy. Go. That's it, boy. Okay, boy. It's okay, boy. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, good boy. Good morning. right, Sam, all right.
Need a doctor.
You're gonna be okay.
Oh, you gonna help me? Please, do something.
I'll get you help. Just stay alive.
Okay. Okay.
Stay up.
I didn't see you. Let me get through.
Slow it up. Giddy up. Whoa, whoa, easy. Yep. Easy, boy. Yep.
Morning.
Giddy up. Yep. Yeah. Okay there. There we go. Easy, easy. Yeah. Come on. Whoa, whoa, easy. Whoa, man. Yep. Yeah. Easy. Good boy. There we go. You're okay, boy.